got the Twins signing Carlos Correa.
Dead Passing has the Giants getting Chris Bryant.
I am taking the Atlanta Braves.
What is going on? Everyone, welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. And today, it has happened. I have been waiting for a long mother effing long time for this news to finally happen, and that is Fred McGriff getting into the Hall of Fame. It is just an absolute crime that the crime dog was not elected during his first 15 years on the ballot, was it? And I never have understood it, why it has taken so long, but you know what? This is a perfect example of better late than never. I mean, it's a perfect example. You just have to be patient, and sooner or later, hopefully, the right thing is going to happen. Fred McGriff, a dude who had 493, we'll go through his stats, 493 career home runs for the crime dog, and what? Because he didn't hit 400? I mean, because he didn't hit that magic 500? I really don't know. A guy who stayed clean, one of the nicest dudes, and it took this long. But you know what? Let's not complain about that. At least he got in. And what's up, Jamison Meza? So happy for the crime dog, but bummed that Dale Murphy did. Yeah, we'll go through the article and who got in and who didn't, which pretty much nobody else got in. But you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care. Johnny Cage, congrats to the crime dog, Fred McGriff, crime dog 65 strat. I literally do not care that Fred McGriff, that Barry Bonds and all these other guys didn't get in right now. I mean, I care, but I don't care because the ultimate snub and the number one snub on all my snub videos is always Fred McGriff. He was my number one snub. So now that video is out of date, and I'm happy for it to be out of date because that means that Fred McGriff got in, and that is amazing. So here is the tweet right here from MLB. Fred McGriff is headed to Cooperstown. He's been elected to the Baseball Hall by the Contemporary Baseball Era Players Committee, the committee which is, used to be called the Veterans Committee. And there it is right there. I mean, you guys did the right thing. The fact that it even got to the committee is an embarrassment, in my opinion. But again, hey, beggars can't be choosers. He's in. He is in. So here's the article that I was talking about. Fred McGriff, the crime dog, finally had his day, and Fred McGriff's second chance at the National Baseball Hall of Fame voting process. The Contemporary Baseball Era Players Committee did what the Baseball Writers Association, don't get me started, what they did not. They are not baseball fans, or they are. How you don't get Fred McGriff even 75% is just mind-blowing. This is the same association that has never, with one exception, voted for someone unanimously. That means Babe Ruth was not unanimous. Jackie Robinson was not unanimous. Derek Jeter, name him, Mickey Mantle was not unanimous. So there you go. That's the Baseball Writers Association. But Fred McGriff, I believe Fred McGriff was the committee's lone Hall of Fame selection among the 8 candidates. And McGriff, yes, received unanimous support, appearing on all 16 ballots cast, which tells you right there, at least the writers, at least the committee halfway knows what the hell they're doing, because these are former ball players. These guys know the game. I don't know about the writers. He'll be inducted alongside BBWAA selections on July 23rd in Cooperstown. And I can't wait to see Fred McGriff there. I'm so glad it happened. 16 for 16. These are the guys who didn't get in. We're about to go through that, but let me jump into the chat. I see the chat is rocking and rolling right here. I was going to make a video saying, let's go live. Let's go live. This deserves this deserves immediate coverage, and y'all to be here with me because this is a big deal for me. Even though Fred McGriff has never played on the Giants, and in fact, he was a guy who came over to the Braves in a horrific trade from the Padres and goes to the Braves and helps them win the division in '93. So Fred McGriff was actually kind of a helped the Braves knock out the Giants that year, but I still have always loved Fred McGriff because I just know he's just such a great player. Baseball writers are just a joke. To be honest, this is Correa. I'm so glad McGriff got his due. Here's hoping more players who were disregarded by the writers finally get the respect and honor. And the committee didn't, I think, weren't great here. Who was unanimous? It was Mariano Rivera. Mariano Rivera is the only unanimous, which he deserved it. But isn't it funny? A freaking closer? The only guy that the writers have ever voted unanimous was a closer, a relief pitcher. And he's a relief pitcher who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Don't get that twisted. I'm just saying, you didn't unanimously vote for Randy Johnson, Greg Maddux? What? Mickey Mantle? What? There's a writer, and I know this was a long time ago, there's a writer who looked at the ballot and said, Ted Williams. Oh, yeah. No, not quite for me. Can't give it to Ted. That's where we're at with the writers. I mean, they're terrible. They didn't vote for other than thank you, Zendava. Other than Mariano Rivera, and Mariano Rivera deserves to be unanimous, but I don't think he deserved to be the first unanimous. The first unanimous guy should have probably been Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, Mattingly. Okay, so yeah, who didn't get in? Who did not get in? McGriff got in. Don Mattingly, I personally think will get in someday, especially now that he's managing. I mean, dude, it's Donnie baseball. If Don Mattingly doesn't get in someday, I mean, the Hall of Fame, maybe it's already a sham. But of course, Curt Schilling, we already know the deal with Curt Schilling. I think he should be in, but he didn't get in. He only got 7 votes. Dale Murphy only got 6. I think he should get in. I think he should be in. And then you have Albert Bell. I'm surprised Albert Bell was on this ballot. Albert Bell. Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and Rafael Palmeiro didn't even get close. Not even close. Well, that tells you right there, this wasn't really interesting to see how Bonds and Clemens would do. They got fewer than 4 votes. And this wasn't really on my radar. I kind of forgot about this, that this was going on. I'm usually on top of any kind of Hall of Fame talk, but I've been just so disappointed with, and that nobody can get in lately. It seems like that I kind of just didn't expect anyone to get in, but they unanimous for Fred McGriff. How do you not get in 15 years and then you go unanimous in your first chance? That's just an embarrassment to the writers. Anyone who wasn't voting for, any writer who wasn't voting for McGriff, you're just an embarrassment as far as I'm concerned. And that's really, I know everyone has a right to their opinion, but I mean, you got to be kidding me. I don't know if Bonds will ever get in. Randy Johnson wasn't unanimous. Ty Cobb wasn't unanimous. I apologize if there's any. It says that I'm not getting. It says that my stream is not. It says YouTube is not receiving a video to maintain smooth streaming. So I apologize if it's not smooth streaming right now, but we're going to keep on going. Hall of Fame selection is an unperfect process, but it's still pretty good. It pits players with other guys of the same era. Yeah, I don't know if it's a good process when you only have the writers voting at this day and age. I get back in the day when they first started the Hall of Fame, in the 40s or 30s? I think it was, I don't know the first year, but obviously Babe Ruth was still around, so it had to be either the 30s or 40s. And whenever they first did their first election, okay, it makes sense. The writers are the media that follows baseball. It was all about writers. There was no MLB Network. There was no YouTube channels. They didn't consider giving fans a vote. I think they should change it myself and make it more of, 25% writers, 25% players and union members or something. Maybe 25% fans even. I don't know. But make it, I think it should be a little different, but because, the writers may be a little outdated just to keep letting the writers vote, and plus they suck. Warren's my early 90s kid, heart crying. I didn't even know this was happening. Oh, Zenov says the stream is fine. I don't know why it tells me that. I don't know why it says that here. content creators and fans should have a say. I don't know if I don't know what qualifies you as an official content creator, but if you cover the game, you cover the game. You know, I don't know, you know, that maybe someday I think content creators are going to get some kind of credentials. Right now, I'm sure they can if you're big enough. I'm obviously not big enough. Let me make myself a little bit bigger. There we go. Maybe I'm big enough now. But point remains that I think it should be a little bit different. But the process needs to be renovated because Zara knows the process needs to be renovated. Writers, I mean, they're an embarrassment anyway. And that we're talking about media. And this day and age, the media can't really be trusted. I mean, it's tough. So I think it needs to be spread out a little bit more. And it got proven. Yes, okay, the process, the fact, at least I'll give them this, the fact that it does go to the committee after someone gets screwed, the committee can right that wrong. And they did that today. Thankfully, the crime dog is still here with us and everything and healthy as far as I know, and he'll be there for the induction. But, you know, you send it to these writers and they don't elect someone. God forbid someone, you know, passes away before they get in. It's happened before. So anyway, yeah, McGriff 16 for 16. And let's jump into this guy. I mean, we're going to look more on Fred McGriff. I want to see, and I've gone through it. I don't have it all memorized, but I have gone through his stats even the video I'm working on now. I'm about to have a new video, a documentary I'm working on now, and Fred McGriff appears in that documentary twice. And I may have to edit it because I think I might have mentioned that he should be in the Hall of Fame. Now I can actually say he is a Hall of Famer. But anyway, look at this career, ladies and gentlemen. Just when you just look at, you don't have to look at the numbers. You just see like, damn, 19 years and you just see big numbers. 34 bombs, 36 bombs, 35 bombs, 31 bombs, 35 bombs, 37 bombs, 34 bombs, 27 bombs, 28 bombs. I mean, 32 bombs in 99, 31 in 20, and 30 in 2002. The dude almost never slowed down until 2003. We're talking about a 5-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger, World Series in 1995, All-Star MVP. He didn't win an MVP, but he was competing with freaking buff steroid dudes like McGuire, Bonds, and such. So it was kind of tough to win an MVP, but he did finish in the top 10 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 4th in 1993, and I think Bonds did win. Bonds wasn't on steroids at this time, but Bonds won, then Dykstra, then Dave Justice, and then Fred McGriff. I mean, you can't help who else is in the league with you, but when you're elite for this number of years, I don't even understand. I guess I could understand maybe he didn't get in the first year, 60% or something. Took him a couple years, maybe. Still kind of messed up, but 15 years? Whoa! I don't know if you guys heard that, but the freaking ad. Baseball Reference didn't used to have ads that go off, like video ads that go off like that. Now they do. Like I would be on Baseball Reference just working on a video, and all of a sudden, a big ad just goes off crazy loud. So Bonds and Clemens not in is a joke. Jaime or Jamie Lannister. Yeah, Jamie, that is a freaking joke. Congrats to the crime dog. He was with the Devil Rays at one time. Jeff freaking Kent got snubbed for being a jerk off, not his numbers. Yeah, I haven't heard great things about Jeff Kent. I don't know if he's the nicest guy ever born, but you know what? He was one of the best second basemen ever, and he does have more home runs than any second baseman ever. Imagine content creators like Eric Sim being able to vote. I'm not saying a content creator should necessarily get a vote should carry a lot of weight, but I think let more people have a say in it. You know, writers like there are really good and how do you say the word, like analysis on like baseball, MLB Network and things like that, and they really know what they're talking about, but they don't even get a vote. Why? Because they're not in the writers. You got to be in the Writers Association. Like Ken Rosenthal gets a vote, right? But I don't think Brian Kenny does. Can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But 75. So you needed 12 votes. And Mattingly fell significantly short. What do we have? It's Brian Chua has donated $16 with the super chat. He says, in homage to the crime dog for getting into the Hall of Fame. You are so right, Humm Baby Baseball. The Hall of Fame process is a joke. The kid, big unit, Cobb, etc. never got 100%. Steroid era saved the league from that lockout. Bonds robbed. Thank you so much, Brian. Oh my goodness, what an amazing super chat. And you just made the live stream worth it. Thank you so much. And yeah, you're 100% right. Thank you to my latest subscriber, Gaming Squad, as well. Gaming Squad subscribed to the channel right before we went live. So if you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Your name might just pop up on the screen. So I really do appreciate everyone being here. But I agree with you. I think the Hall of Fame process, I mean, there's no such thing as perfection. Even if the system was perfect, there would still be disagreements. Like, there are guys I think should be in who others disagree with, borderline guys. There are borderline guys like Andy Pettit. I'm kind of back and forth. I think, there's those guys like borderline. There's another borderline guy. I can't even remember his name off the top of my head. I played with the Phillies, and obviously he's borderline because I can't even remember his name. His name almost just popped in my head. Like, I know it. I just can't. It's just not popping in my head for some reason. Bobby Abreu. Yeah, Bobby Abreu is a borderline guy. Like, what do you guys think? Is Abreu a Hall of Famer? I mean, if you look at his stats, he's a lot better than I remembered. I didn't realize he was hitting nearly 30 home runs a year, and hit 288 in his career, 1,300 RBIs, 291 career batting average, 2,400 hits. And then you look at his he has only got 2 All-Star teams, 1 Gold Glove, a Silver Slugger, Home Run Derby champ. I don't know how much, Home Run Derby champ. I mean, I don't know how much weight that carries, but hey, Home Run Derby champ there. So yeah, Abreu is kind of a borderline case to me. Mark Burley is borderline for sure. But some of these dudes, I think absolutely. If we just ignore the steroid guys, I think Vizquel should be in. I think Kent should be in. I think Andrew Jones needs to get in. Let's go. Billy Wagner needs to get in. Helton, yes. Scott Rowland. But yeah, that's just me. David Ortiz got in. So I don't know. But one thing we know for sure is McGriff is in. I'll talk about Vizquel in a second, but first, Kazera328. Hi, thanks for your work. It's $20 super chat. Oh my goodness. Oh my freaking goodness. I cannot. There it is. Yes, all the way there. That definitely earns a super chat video. Both of you guys, thank you guys so much for those super chats. I really do appreciate that. Amazing stuff. Absolutely. And there you see my wind up. What was the question? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Kazera, yes, your Hall of Fame snub videos are some of the content I watch many times over. Oh, man, that means a lot. I really do appreciate you. That super chat is amazing. Brian Chu, I think I made videos on who I would vote for. Omar is borderline, but when I compare him to Ozzie Smith, who got in first ballot, no-brainer Hall of Famer, Ozzie Smith was a first-time Hall of Famer. And then I compare their stats. I'm like, wait a second. Vizquel was pretty damn comparable defensively. In fact, he seemed a little bit better in certain stats. He made less errors. He wasn't quite as, he was pretty damn flashy. Maybe not as flashy. He wasn't doing flips on the field. He wasn't quite, he didn't have maybe the total charisma of Ozzie Smith. But you know what? He was damn comparable defensively, and offensively, he's actually a little bit better. So I don't know. I just look at them and I see 2 very comparable players, very close in skill level. I don't see Ozzie Smith playing for, if you throw Omar Vizquel on the Cardinals all those years instead of Vizquel, assuming he's the same age, you're going to get pretty similar damn results. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I think I do say Ozzie Smith did have better WAR. So whatever reason, his WAR is better. So maybe I'm wrong on that, but I feel like they're pretty comparable. But even if we say Ozzie Smith's better, well, Ozzie Smith's a first ballot, easy, no-brainer Hall of Famer. So I would think that Vizquel should be at least a borderline case who should be considered. That is if we ignore, of course, all his terrible, terrible things that he possibly did. I'm not really sure if he's been convicted of anything yet, but there's been some terrible things since his retirement. But other than that, as far as just his playing career, I think he should be in. Very disappointed that Barry didn't get voted in. Terrible voters don't matter what anyone says. Yeah, Jay Hutchins. No, you're right, Jay Hutchins. You're right, Jay Hutchins. He should have got in, but I am not going to complain too much about it. I didn't expect Bonds to get in. The biggest thing I'm disappointed with Barry Bonds is that he didn't even get close. And that tells me he's not going to get in anytime soon. This was a big, big vote to see if could they get 6-7 votes? Not even close. He's not getting in. I don't think he's going to get in my lifetime. I can't speak for 200 years from now, but I don't think he's going to get in my lifetime. I don't think Bonds or Clemens will get in my lifetime. Let's see some of the comments here. I'm so impressed by the videos by okay, I don't know what this guy's talking about. I still see those on the committee are holier than thou. Without the steroid era, there is no longer any relevant baseball. Cheaters in every era vote. Those who took amphetamines in the 70s out or let them all in. Joke. Bonds should get in. Absolutely disgraceful. Yogi Doug con 30 pesos por el super chat del Yogi Doug. Oh my goodness, un fanático de los Mariners. ¿Qué pasa? Thank you so much. Well deserved now to Andrew Jones. Well, if Andrew Jones will get in all day long. Muy impresionante, un super chat. Well deserved. 30 pesos. Okay. Roland Wagner, Helton Jones, Sheffield, Kent, Vizquel should get votes, at least, maybe even K-Rod. Hoodie is here. Flea Market, Floppy Disk is here. Esteban Yan, not quite. Dude, Andrew Jones, we're talking about a dude, what did he get, 10 gold gloves? I'll do Andrew Jones right now. Andrew Jones, forget his offense. Let's pretend he sucked offensively. Let's just pretend he sucks offensively. He's still in the conversation because he is as good as Ozzie Smith was in the infield. He's as good in the outfield. He was that elite. And now we're talking about, hold on now. Offensively, dude hit over 400 home runs. He would have easily been an MVP one year. I think Albert Pujols is the only reason he didn't win it. Absolutely embarrassing that he is not in. And I do think that also Mattingly is going to get in very soon as well. Mattingly should have got in, but again, I don't want to complain about who didn't get in, even though that seems to be what the comment section is focused on here. I don't want to focus on who didn't get in because as far as I'm concerned, McGriff got in, and that's what I've been asking for, begging for years. I mean, I'm so happy for him. I don't even know him personally, but I am so happy for the crime dog, Fred McGriff. This needed to happen. By the way, shout out to Ballcap Sports. One of his very first videos on his channel was that Fred McGriff needs to get in. And I couldn't agree more. And it is the most baffling. It's always been the most baffling Hall of Fame case. Like, what are they even thinking? I don't understand the thinking. Unless you say, oh, he wasn't as good as Bonds and McGuire. Well, you don't vote them in either because they did steroids. So what do you want? Steve Garvey's not in. Steve Garvey, and as many accomplishments as Steve Garvey has, it's kind of crazy that he's not in. When you think about Steve Garvey, you start thinking about an MVP, 10-time All-Star, 4 Gold Gloves, 2-time NLCS MVP, 2-time All-Star MVP, 81 World Series. Like, this dude has a lot of gold trophies and whatnot on his shelf, and he can't even get in. 2,500 hits, almost 2,600 hits. One shy. Look at how many straight All-Star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight All-Stars. 10 total. That's just another weird case that Steve Garvey can't get in. Dick Allen? Did Dick Allen never got in? I thought Dick Allen never got in. I know he passed away, but no, he didn't get in either, huh? That is absolutely crazy. Yeah. Just sad, man. Like, hey, this is one of those guys I was talking about. You know, he passed away. He passed away. He never got in. What an embarrassment. Now I'm getting mad. I wasn't supposed to be mad because I'm supposed to be happy, and I am. I'm really happy for the crime dog. Okay, let's get back to the comment section. Thank you again for the super chats. Kazera, you are awesome. Thank you so much for that support. Aaron Judge is set to make his announcement if he's coming home to the San Francisco Giants or if he's staying with New York soon. Yeah, that's going to be great. I'm about to go live when that happens. If Andrew Jones didn't get fat, he'd be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, he got a little bit overweight, and he had some tough years at the end of his career, and that cost him. Crazy. Willie Mays, Paul Blair, and Andrew Jones considered the top 3 defensive center fielders of all time according to advanced metrics. Jones is definitely a 100%. If Jones was an average outfielder, he'd be borderline. If he was an average hitter, he'd be borderline. But he was elite at both, and he can't get in. Philip, oh, the perfect game. Yeah. I'm begging for Bonds again, and maybe Mattingly delayed his entry by becoming a manager. He did get a Manager of the Year award in 2020 with the Marlins. Mattingly and Clark are very similar in that injuries derailed their Hall of Fame. Oh, yeah, Mattingly was going to be a easy Hall of Famer. And Clark, if you mean Will Clark, yeah, he retired a little. I was shocked when he retired. Like, he had a great year. Dave Parker. Mets sounding Verlander are very high. I would think so. Todd Helton. What are they holding against Todd Helton? What, the fact that he played in Denver? Wait, hold up. How you gonna punish someone for what stadium they played in? It's a major league stadium. He can't help what stadium he plays in. Like, oh no, all those home runs were because he plays at Coors Field. What? Okay, and it's a major league stadium. Just absolutely ridiculous. No Bonds, no Clemens. The Hall of Very Good strikes again. Well, this particular person doesn't think that he's calling it the Hall. Okay, I don't have a problem with his comment except for the fact that he's almost referring to Fred McGriff as not deserving. Are you freaking kidding me? Fred McGriff needed to get in. Yes, some of those other guys should be in too, but hey, this had to happen. This had to happen. The other things should happen. This had to happen. If I would have gotten word that they didn't vote McGriff in, that McGriff only got like half of the votes, I would have been really upset. But I honestly wasn't even thinking about it, but I did get a comment on one of my videos that said, update, McGriff is in. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going live. Right after I confirmed it and then went live. So is it Crime Dog Fred McGriff? One of the few nicknames that stuck from that ESPN announcer, Chris Berman, right? Chris Berman would give everyone nicknames. He would be like, Sammy, say it ain't Sosa. Mike Pepperoni Piazza. And Fred the Crime Dog McGriff. And it actually stuck. I think that was his only nickname that actually stuck. But yeah, really happy for Fred. What is up here? Rebel 4444. Baseball has an issue with the all-time hit leader, home run leader, the guy with the most Cy Youngs, and the guy with the most home runs at second base all aren't in, and that's laughably embarrassing. Yes, it is. Absolutely laughable. How is that possible? Your home run leader, not in. All-time hit leader, not in. All-time Cy Young Award winning leader, not in. Most home runs at second base, not in. Yeah, it is an embarrassment. It is an embarrassment. Larry Walker did get in. Happy for Larry, but not Helton. I thought Helton was better than Larry. Jeff Kent, 377 home runs, 1,500 RBIs, 2,500 hits, 290 career batting average, not in. Can't explain that. Sandberg is in. I think he's deserving, but yeah, of course, his managerial career was pretty bad. He was actually a good manager in the minor leagues, but once the Phillies gave him a chance, it was just terrible. Since Bonds isn't allowed in the Hall of Fame, then the Giants should build a statue. Yeah, he does deserve a statue. Maybe they can build it while he's alive. We had Willie McCovey we had Willie Mays. Those guys were still alive. I mean, Mays is still with us, but McCovey passed away. But not, his statue was out there. Let's go. Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. If they didn't vote Fred in, the writers would have lost credibility. Well, I was thinking that they lost credibility because they did vote him in. Like, it was just confirming that the writers don't know what they're doing. A Barry and Buster statue definitely should happen in the near future. I'd be disappointed if it doesn't happen. Helton, Roland, Wagner are getting in soon. Carlos Beltran is definitely Hall of Fame worthy. Do you think the cheating stuff will hurt him? Yes, I do. I don't think so, but then Rose should be definitely good. I think it'll hurt him. I'm not saying it'll cost him. I think it'll hurt him. I don't know if Beltran was, we'll look at his stats, but I think he would have been a pretty borderline as it is. But with that cheating scandal, and he couldn't even manage the Mets, they hired him to manage the Mets. They had to let him go. Let's look. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Okay. He's got a pretty damn good career. Rookie of the year, 9-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glover. This guy, how many hits? 2,700 hits. How many home runs? 435. Yeah, you're right. He's absolutely good. I think he should definitely get him. Maybe he will. But yeah, it does show some hypocrisy. Like, oh, so cheating's okay as long as it's not steroids. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting. It is coming up. When did he retire? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Isn't he going to be on the next ballot? Isn't he going to be on the next ballot? Do we know the next ballot? Yeah, Carlos Beltran's going to be there. This is going to be interesting. So let's look at the new names. Carlos Beltran, John Lackey. I think he'll be a little bit lackey. Jared Weaver, Jacob Ellsbury, Matt Cain, Johnny Peralta, Jason Worth. I don't think he's quite worth it. J.J. Hardy, Mike Napoli, Bronson Arroyo, R.A. Dickey. R.A. Dickey, man. R.A. Dickey's just now getting on the Hall of Fame ballot. Francisco Rodriguez, Andre Ethier. Seems like just yesterday, Andre Ethier was with the Dodgers. And Houston Street. That's the newcomers on next year's ballot. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be interesting. Flea market, floppy video game numbers. Walker hit 378 one year. Damn. Rodriguez won't get in. If Rodriguez better not get in. I mean, I mean, maybe he should, but if Bonds can't get in, how the hell is Rodriguez getting in? 70 career award, definitely first ballot Hall of Fame. Yeah, you're right. As I'm looking at his stats, Beltran is a first ballot guy. You know, his stats are a little bit more impressive than I thought. I mean, I know the dude had a great, long, amazing career. Beltran was absolute athletic. I mean, just freak of nature. And the guy was just amazing from the beginning of his career. And he had a great, great career. But, you know, as a Giants fan, we kind of remember 2011. We picked him up, and it didn't do a whole lot for us. I remember he made a really nice catch, had a couple of nice hits, but he was kind of here and gone. So it's some people don't even know Carlos Beltran was with the Giants, but he was with the Giants very briefly. Humm Baby Jeffkin is gaining a huge amount of love in the ballot. Well, he best be. Matt Cain is in. He pitched a perfect game. I wish. Now, Matt Cain's not going to make it, but at least he's on the ballot. I know it's been said a billion times, but it's interesting. The entire Astros team gets to keep their 17 World Series title. Bonds can't get in. Yeah, it is true. It is true. Houston Street was the closer for the Padres at one point. Yeah, we did trade Zach Wheeler for Beltran. I remember that very well. I didn't love the trade because at that time I thought, you know what, we just won a World Series. I really didn't feel we were going in the right direction that year. And I was like, let's not trade any of our prospects. Let's just try again in 12, which we did and won it all again in 12. But that trade definitely came back to bite us. But, you know, we still won in 12 and 14, so not a big deal. I was about to do, Houston Street. Let's see. He was with the Padres. Yep, 2014. Saved 24 games. 1.09 ERA. Dude got freaking 324 saves. Think about that. Guy's got 324 saves. He may get some votes. He may not even fall off the ballot. Matter of fact, Where is he on the all-time list? He is 20th. Damn. I remember for the longest time, Lee Smith was the saves leader until Hoffman and Rivera passed it. For most of my life, it was Lee Smith, 478. But if you had over 300, damn, you were pretty damn good. Rob Nen, 314. Chapman's only at 315. But yeah, Houston Street is the 20th all-time in saves. Not too shabby. I don't think he's going to get in, though. I mean, Fernando Rodney has more. Francisco Cordero has more. Raleigh Fingers, of course, got in. Raleigh Fingers got in because he's Raleigh Fingers, you know. I think sometimes personality does help. If you're freaking Raleigh Fingers, dude, you're getting in. You're getting in. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Ozzie Smith. Dude, it's Ozzie Smith. He's getting in. Just that star power really helps. Stats, of course, help, but star power also can play a big role in just getting in. Back to the chat. Vincent Maniscalco, Todd Helton homers on the road about the same at home. I think they forget he played. Yeah, he played on the road too. Flea Market Floppy Disc, what's going on? Do you guys think Francisco K-Rod will get in one day? He could. Probably not. Bonds gets to keep his tainted home run record still, so he really doesn't deserve Hall of Fame. Michael Adams. I mean, it's definitely debated, and people are going to debate over that. But if Bonds can't get in, how does other steroid guys get in? That's the only thing I think people will ask. Jamie Helton and 2 seasons with 400 total bases. The only other player to do this are Babe Ruth, Roger Hornsby, Lou Gehrig, Chuck Klein, Jimmy Fox, and Sammy Sayonate Sosa. Good. That's a good point. So PED cheating is the only cheating that counts. We will see. Yes. Will Buster Posey get in? I think Buster Posey will get in. I don't know about first year. Yeah, 324 is nothing on the Hall of all-time list. Yeah, you're right. 20th all-time, still something to brag about. If I had 20th saves all-time, I definitely would feel like I made something of myself. But crazy Helton, 316 career batting average. Insane. Missing road to the show. Yeah, you know what? I haven't been playing. I've been focusing on the documentaries and building some other businesses. Road to the show has taken kind of a hiatus right now, Logan M. I still have my PS4. I almost was thinking of selling it. I don't play video games. It takes up too much time. It's too damn fun. You start playing and you're done, dude, and the whole day is gone. I don't play video games. I never played, what's it called? What's the famous video game right now? Call of Duty. Never played Call of Duty. Never play Call of Duty. Never will play Call of Duty. Because I'm afraid I'll like it too much. Billy Wagner will be the next closer inducted. Yep, Billy Wagner needs to get in. I thought Beltran was borderline Hall of Fame, but once I look into his numbers, I realized he was actually pretty good. I'm right with you, Yogi dude. I thought it was borderline. I just looked at it, and I was like, damn, okay, he's in. He's in. Yeah, Houston Street has no shot. I don't think he has a shot, but I think he might get a vote. He might get a vote or two. Billy Wagner always looked unhittable growing up. That freaking changeup, dude, is sick. You know who had the best changeup was Trevor Hoffman, of course. Would it still be top 10 all player if Bonds didn't juice? Yes. Because Posey will get in for sure, elected first time or second time. Posey, yeah, MVP, 3 championships, no question, Hall of Famer. Oral Hershiser, I do think Hershiser should be in. Personal opinion. Because Hershiser, he was so good when he was at his best. I mean, look at these, leading the league in inning pitched every year. 8 shutouts in 88. He's got his Cy Young. 3 straight All-Star games right here. His peak was so crazy. And then he went to the Indians and helped them in the playoffs. His career kind of teetered off. I mean, he's got a 3.48 ERA. I'm not going to argue with someone if they say no. But I think he should get in. His win total is low. His ERA is high. But damn, that in the mid to late 80s, he was so good. And then you take into account he helped the Indians in 95 make a deep playoff push. And he wore a Giants uniform for a while. He wore a Giants uniform. Imagine he goes to the Hall of Fame and says, I want a Giants hat. That would never happen. He'd wear a Dodgers hat. Dodgers fans would freaking implode. Mike Piazza should have worn a Marlins hat when he got to the Hall of Fame. Hershiser's the all-time scoreless innings pitched leader. Yeah, his records are just insane. Jim Rice, I think should be in, but he was not one of my top 10 guys. He'll probably be on my next video of snubs. But his numbers weren't, he didn't even hit 400 home runs. He had 382, but that batting average just under 300, 298, and 2,400 hits. Nice numbers, but when you look at how long he was so good for so long with all the all-star selections, and then he also has an MVP. When you win an MVP, that's like a requirement for a lot of voters. They want to see that MVP. Well, he's got the MVP. He's got 8 all-stars, 2 silver sluggers. He would be a no-brainer, 100%. Top 10 for me, except for that, like I said, his total numbers, just like you'd like to see more like 450 home runs. You'd like to see like 2,800, 2,900 hits. But, he only played 16 years. He didn't go off to war or anything that I know of. So, yeah, it falls a little short for me. But, he doesn't fall short for me. I think he should be in, but he falls a little bit lower on the list as far as snubs. I think he's like my number 25 snub on the list or so. So, yeah, no doubt about it. What is going on, Bo Falcon, Stephen Jeffries, Todd Elton? Oh, how many people we got up here? We got 36 people in the chat right now. How many people we got even right now? We got some people up in. Do we have a YouTube counter? Oh, there we go. 39 right here on the YouTube counter. 39. Gaming Squad. We haven't had a new subscriber since I started the stream, really? That's a little bit surprising, but that's okay. Gaming Squad, it is. Thank you for those super chats, Brian Chua, Kazera, and Yogi Dude. It's greatly appreciated. This is a great day for the great Fred McGriff. Bay Area, I hope he signed Judge. Don't get your hopes up, but it could be. Logan M says he just came up with a video idea. Check Twitter. Okay, I will. I will do that. I appreciate video ideas. Oh, okay. That's a good one. I appreciate that. Sports Rewind Digital. Any more news on Judge? Let's see. Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge likely to get 9 guaranteed years per report. Let's just be honest, man. You sign Aaron Judge for 9 years. There is a likelihood that the last 4 years, 3 to 4 years, whatever team signs him is like, can we get rid of this contract? He has been injury prone earlier in his career. And, I could be wrong, but he's 30. That means he'll be 39 at the end of this, pushing 40, 36, 37, 38, 39. I could be wrong. Maybe he'll be elite the whole time, but, I'd be concerned about a 9-year deal. But what do y'all think? Whoever wants it, it's like you got to overpay. My latest video on DeGrom, people were like getting on me like, bro, dude, it's a total overpay. Dude, guy's going to be hurt half the year. You have to overpay to get the guy. That's just the nature of it. You're trying to compete. You want to get free agents. You can say, no, that's way overpaying. I'm not going to do it. That's fine. You can do that. You ain't going to get nobody. You better draft good. You better know what the freak you're doing when you're drafting because you ain't going to get nobody. I think Judge decides very soon, last couple of days. No beers from me. Oral Hershiser is in 2020. Judge was spotted in San Francisco looking at houses today. Ooh, Tyler Burbeck. I'm not going to get my hopes up. About 9 years is a long time. You guys remember the Angels? Who did they sign? Albert Pujols. How'd that contract work out? How'd the Josh Hamilton deal work out? I don't know. The Padres signed Manny Machado for like 10 years, and it seems to be doing okay. Thank you so much, Stephen Jeffries. Love your videos. Oh, the videos are going to continue. They ain't going nowhere. I'm working on a documentary right now. I was going to work on it tonight, but instead I went live. So I'll continue to work on that tomorrow. That's going to be a special video that was voted on by my members. If you're interested in that, there is a link that says join down below if you're interested in helping out the channel. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much to the Crime Dog for giving us so much great baseball for so many years and being such a great guy and not taking steroids, not becoming 300 pounds of muscle mass, doing it right. And you deserve this. You deserved this a long time ago. You deserve to be a Hall of Famer for more years than you're going to get, but at least you're going to get it. And I'm so happy for Fred McGriff today. And Pujols was one of the top hitters for 7-8 years when he signed his Angels deal. I voted for the video. Actually, it was unanimous. Everyone voted for the same video, so I'm working on that. It should come out probably in a couple days. It takes me some time, but thank you guys so much. I want you all to have a fantastic freaking day. You guys are awesome. And make sure to hit that thumbs up. Thank you all again. Have a fantastic evening. You guys know exactly what to do. Rich Frank pizza party. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Love pizza. Pizza is the best. And Fred McGriff is in. Okay. He's been needing to get in for so long, and I'm really happy about it. So if you're checking this after the fact, please hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate you guys. We are going to be wrapping up here shortly. Great stream. Thank you so much. Hope everyone has a great week. Do you think Pujols will be unanimous? Gosh, man, I would say yes, but they're never unanimous. One time. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say I don't think he will be. I think someone's going to not vote for Pujols. I don't know why, but I'm going to say no. I'm going to say someone will not vote for Pujols. So, guys, have a great one. I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face that I've come through. We are the champions, my friend. We'll keep fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers. We are the champions of the world. See y'all. Let's go. Fred McGriff, Hall of Famer. Thank you again, everybody, for joining me for tonight's stream. And Anthony Manzano, I do not know. The lack of respect is absolutely ridiculous. Zendava, Yogi Dude, I cannot explain how he couldn't get in. Jim Edmonds should absolutely be in. Another great guy defensively and offensively. How these guys don't get in, elite on both sides of the ball, is absolutely atrocious, ridiculous, insane. But it is what it is. So thank you guys so much. I see, of course, Logan is going to throw the request, and I really wasn't going to play a whole long time today. Logan in with the request right there. Fred McGriff, great, nice season, guys. Thank you so much. He says, play your favorite Great White song, Eric, please. I love Great White. Love Great White. You guys have a good one, and we'll see ya next time. Sweet little baby, you don't have to go. Little baby, tell me you won't go. We'd be so good together if we had the time. It's been a long, nowhere state of mind. Ooh, loving ain't no crime. Oh no. I see your man ain't here, but he don't care. If we'll stay the night, we'll move on. Got to find a way. I'm gonna go straight to the chorus. Make you mine or rock me, rock me. Roll through the night now, rock me, rock me. Hold me through the night now, rock me, rock me. Roll me through the night, morning light. Thank you again, and good evening. We will see y'all next time. Congratulations, Fred McGriff. So I haven't played that song for many years, but it was requested, so I had to do my best. That's my favorite song by Great White. See you guys next time. Thank you again. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. You all know what to do, and we'll see you.
Oh my freaking goodness!
But I got the Twins signing Carlos Correa.